Hey, it's Norm from Tested.com, and today I'm reviewing the Roku 3 set-top media player. This is the third generation Roku. That's right, that's a big 3 on the top of it, and it is a really good media player. It's $100 and it's really small. Inside there is an HDMI port, Ethernet port, USB port, micro SD slot, but no analog audio video ports like you would find in the Roku 2. But what is inside the Roku 3 is a Broadcom Cortex-A9 chip, the same kind of system on chip you'd find in a mid-range smartphone, and thanks to that chip, the interface is really fast. It's an entirely redesigned user interface for the Roku 3, and it's the fastest interface I've seen in a set-top box like an Apple TV or a Western Digital Live. Instead of having apps in the Roku 3, they call them channels, and the selection of content channels is wide-ranging. You have your standard subscription services like Netflix, Amazon Prime Instant, Hulu Plus, HBO Go, or even MLB TV, or a la carte download services like Vudu and Blockbuster. If you don't like paying for your video though, there are plenty of free video channels on the Roku store like Vimeo, Crackle, College Humor, or even Giant Bomb. And if you like listening to music, Spotify, Pandora, Slacker, and the usual suspects are all here. One glaring omission though is there is no YouTube support on the Roku 3. And if you're a Comcast subscriber and pay for HBO Go, guess what? HBO Go is not authorized for Comcast subscribers on the Roku 3. In addition to the new, faster interface, the best feature in the Roku 3 is its new search functionality. Just from one search menu, you can actually search through a variety of services, including Netflix, Vudu, Blockbuster, HBO Go, Crackle, and Hulu Plus. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter whether you have accounts on these services or not, it will search through all of them. So for example, I wanted to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger's Last Action Hero, and it's not on Netflix, but I can search it in the menu, and I found that it was on Amazon Prime Instant, so I could watch it there immediately. Recent searches are saved, but you can't do a deep dive into a movie or an actor's related content IMDb style. So if I wanted to look into The Matrix and see what other movies Keanu Reeves or Lawrence Fishburne was in, I can't do that. I have to do a new search. The Roku 3 also comes with a new remote that connects to the Roku using Wi-Fi Direct. Unfortunately, that means your old Roku 2 remotes won't work with the Roku 3. The remote is comfortable to use and very responsive. It also has a unique headphone jack, which mutes the sound on your TV once you plug your headphones in. That's not something I use very frequently, but I could see it being useful if you have a baby in the house or if you like listening to music in the living room. The remote also has an accelerometer inside so you can play Angry Birds with it, but if you bought a Roku 3 just to play Angry Birds, you're probably beyond our help. There are also mobile apps that let you control the Roku from your smartphone, but I didn't like this app at all. It's mostly for downloading channels and not really for selecting content. The virtual keyboard on the app won't even let you delete characters. Video streaming quality on the Roku 3 is very good. 1080p looks good over dual-band Wi-Fi connection, and there's an Ethernet port if you want to stream higher bitrate content. Video out is in the RGB color space only, which only discerning video files will notice. If you don't even know what that means, you won't notice or care. File support is limited to MP4 and MKV containers using the H.264 codec, which covers what most people need if they rip videos themselves. But if you have a ton of videos archived from the early days, then they won't play on the Roku 3. There is no Dlna support for accessing files on a server, but you can download the Plex channel, which works with the Plex software on your desktop to stream H.264 encoded videos down to the Roku 3, but your mileage may vary depending on your bandwidth connection and your transcoding speed. There's also a micro SD slot on Roku 3, but that's really only for caching the games and channels that are over 50 megabytes, not for streaming content. These days, most people have Netflix players already. If you don't already have a dedicated player for playing streaming video, you have it in your laptop, your game console, or even built into your TV. The Roku 3 is really good, but it's not a reason to spend another $100 on a streamer if you have one already. And it's not perfect. It doesn't play YouTube. HBO Go doesn't work if you're on Comcast. And if you want to play a video from Vimeo or another HTML5 encoded video, it's still easier to throw it up using AirPlay on an Apple TV. If you just want to play local media files on a server and computer, the WD-TV family of players is still my preferred player because it has much better file codec support. And the new WD-TV Play is $30 cheaper than the Roku 3. But in the offhand case that you don't have a Netflix streamer or a player to play Amazon Prime Instant videos, or you need another one for your house, you won't regret buying the new Roku 3. Unless, of course, you watch a lot of YouTube or are an HBO subscriber on Comcast. This is Norm from Tested. We'll be back with more. I'll see you guys next time.